Show me yes. Show me no. Show me no. Okay. Will you honestly answer, subconscious self, if that Wells Fargo money, old bills that were supposed to be burnt, is still at the 106 exit? Is still at the 106 exit, Flying J? Show me yes or no. So, okay. We'll see. I mean, one thing is, everything is. This is a trap that even as very evolved magicians and wizards and of creating your reality, you can create it like 99.999% accurately, but you can never do it. It's never 100%. So you can stack the flavor, everything in your flavor, but it's not always 100%. Can you do it 99? Hell, 99.999%.
So tell me about the treasure.
What is in it? What it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Well,
what happened?
What happened? How it ended up there?
Yeah.
Charlie was watching. We can head down that way. I can share it with you in the car if that's okay. Or do you want to do it here? Right?
Just like a summary.
Okay. Yeah, Charlie was he was an 18-wheeler truck driver for his accident, and he was in his accident was after, I believe. And I actually wrote it down because I sent Susie an attachment in the details. But he saw this armor truck parked in a kind of a strange, remote part of a Pilot gas station, not the Flying J, and I think it was in Virginia, or it was in I don't remember exactly where it was, but about what was interesting is about an hour later there was about 3 or 4 white vans that showed up. And 2 guys, like, out of each one jumped out, and they were taking things from the armored car, back of the armored car, putting them in the vans, and then fairly quickly, and then like scattering like bees, like
Right.
different directions. Well, he didn't think that much of it then, except he was back at that same stop several weeks later, and the armor truck was still there. So they probably disconnected any kind of GPS on it or anything like that. And no, truck stops. A lot of places don't. I mean, there's so much traffic in and out. Probably didn't notice it that much. It wasn't taking up a space that was needed. So Charlie noticed it was still there. But in the same day, police showed up and broke into it. And then he had heard about a inside job on a robbery of unused. of old bills that they were supposed to be taken to be burnt, like $5 million worth. And so Charlie was going up in truck stop at the Flying J on is it 75 that goes all the way up into Virginia and West Virginia. The last one right before you get into West Virginia. And he ate at the Denny's there, and he was going back to his car, and his little puppy was walking around. It was a tiny little puppy, and he was darting in and out of cars in the parking lot, and he was going looking for it, and then he saw this culvert, and he thought, oh shit, maybe the puppy's fallen down into the culvert. And when he got down there and his flashlight looking to see that the puppy had fallen down there or could hear it, that's when he saw the broomstick handle with the saddlebags. A saddlebag of, I think it was a couple of saddlebags of that was obvious it was like Wells Fargo, and he put 2 and 2 together. Damn, that's what they did. That was smart. They scattered different directions, and then they hid the. Had broomstick. They already had known because they had to cut the broomstick handles how long it would be, and he had his wreck by then. His arm was weak, and then I met him at the pilots at Strawberry Plains, and that's when he told me, I don't have the strength to pull it up. So I got the crowbar, and we went up there in his van, and sure enough, it was after dark. That's another thing. We need to get that good flashlight to be able to, because you can like drop your keys and pretend like if you're not obvious that you're looking deep inside a culvert. That's another thing too. I could get my yellow, like it was yellow vests. I have one of those.
High vis one.
Like you're like you might be a worker. You'd heard there's problems and you drove by, check it out. Whatever. Because
That'll be good.
that's in that cat. And I almost gave up, and I kept looking, and then I saw like the canvas, and then when it was about 11 o'clock at night, and Charlie was kind of watching out from Denny's restaurant, and then I pulled the culvert, the big round iron thing with that, and pulled both up. Had the black canvas over the broomstick handle, and I could see down there was nothing. It was like 5-foot drop, because that before it would drain out. I saw that there was nothing had fallen off, and that, and then I just left the culvert slightly off too. We just took on off. We made sure there was no outside video kind of stuff, but we kept the broomstick handle. So that made his story credible. That this has, then I started muscle testing. Depending on is there still bags that are out there, and then I just got maps of all the pilots and Flying J's, and 2 of them showed positive that there was money's still there. And then recently, in the last month or 2, I retested, and the one that was in Cedar someplace, I think it's in South Carolina too, that it's gone. Are you taping me? So that's the story. In a summary, are you FBI, NSA?
Yeah, gotcha.
God damn, if I didn't love you, I'd have to kill